channel Life LiYO. In this video, we are going to learn about history and applications of Python. History of Python. The Python was conceived in the late 1980s by Guido van Rossum, where this Python was started. So it was started at the Centrum Wiskunde and Informatica, which is in the Netherlands. So before to this Python, there are so many programming languages available, but the most of the features which are similar to this Python was available in the ABC programming language. That's why by ABC programming language is a successor to the Python. So Python's implementation was began in December 1989. Why is it is called as a Python? Everybody think that Python is the name of a snake. Then why they have kept the name as a Python for a programming language? So many people have doubts regarding this one. So in this video you are going to get a clarity why they have given the name as Python. So when the Guido started the implementation of this Python, he was reading the published scripts of the Monty Python's Flying Circus. It is a BBC comic series. It is a BBC comedy series from the 1970s. That's why he loved that particular comic series very much, and he thought that why can't I give my programming language a good and the most impactful name? So by getting this idea, he discussed with his peers, and they have told that why you are thinking the Python, because he said that a Python is a name which is a short and it is an unique, and also he explained that Python is a uh, king of the snakes and which is the most powerful in the snakes, and it is a slightly mischievous. Everyone will take a minute to think about why the Python name for the language. That's why they have chosen and gave the name as a Python. So Python, where from the inception onwards, they have released the various versions of the Python. So starting from the 1994, the official version of Python 1.0 was released. The different and new features implemented was lambda, map, filter, and reduce. After that, in 2000, Python 2.0 was released with the various good and best features such as list comprehensions and garbage collection. So you are going to read about this garbage collection in the next lectures. Next, in 2008, Python 3.0, which is also known as Py3k, was released by rectifying all the fundamental flaws of the previous versions. Previous versions are having the good features, but they are having some fundamental flaws. Those flaws was rectified in this Python 3. So in the public, the first version released in the was Python 0.9 in the year February 20, 1991. Python 1.0 was released in the year 1994, January 26. Like that, if you observe that for each and every year, they are releasing a particular version with the different features. So whenever the into year 2000, they have released a new version called Python 2.0. Again, for each and every year, there are at least once in a 2 years, they have released the new versions. Now, if you observe that in Python 2.0, it was released in the year 2008, December 3, but Python 2.7, the whatever the pre-existing applications are there, for that they have released a new release version called Python 2.7 in the year 2010 on July 3. Like that, continuously they are releasing the different versions. So there is an update from Python organization every year. Like that, the recent release was the Python 3.10, which was released on October 4, 2021. So this is the Python 3.11, which is planned to release on the October 3, 2022. Now, what are the main and important difference between the Python 2 and Python 3? First, Python 2 supports for the legacy software, that is, which are old and traditional based softwares, but the Python 3 supports the future, that is artificial intelligence, machine learning, or deep learning. All this stuff comes under the Python 3. This was supported by the Python 3. Next, libraries. Python 2 doesn't have the updated libraries. They are of the outdated, that is obsolete, which are not compatible with the present generation. But Python 3 is having the very advanced and the most useful libraries, which are useful for the Python 3 onwards only. Next, difference between this simple operation, that is division operation. For example, if we have the 9, if we divide this 9 by 2, we, as per a human psychology, we think that the answer is 4.5. But while coming for the programming, we will think that the answer is 4. But in Python's updated 3.0 version onwards, the answer will be 4.5 instead of this 4. So that means instead of doing the nearest calculation, it gives the precise calculations. Next, print, this difference in the print statement or print function. So in Python, to print is a statement, but that print statement has been changed with a print function. Next, Python, whatever the text it reads, it is going to consider it as the ASCII only. But in Python 3 onward, the text strings which are going to be read by default are going to be considered as the Unicode. Now you may get a doubt that what is the difference between ASCII and Unicode? Now, first of all, what is ASCII? ASCII stands for an American Standard Code for Information Interchange. That is, it is helpful for information interchange. Now, Unicode. Unicode stands for the Universal Character Set. ASCII. ASCII is a character encoding standard for electronic communication. Unicode is a computing industry standard for consistent and encoding, representation, handling of text expression, most of the world's writing system. We'll discuss these two, what are the differences. Now, whatever the things you want to represent through the ASCII, it was supported only 128 characters. For example, we have the uppercase character A. This A can be represented with the 65 in the ASCII. Like that, if you want to represent anything in the ASCII, we can represent it with the 0 to 127 number system only. But if we want to represent in the Unicode, for example, a hyphen symbol is there in our WhatsApp, that can be represented with this Unicode. Why? Because this Unicode supports a wide range of characters. And if you want to show the like symbol, yes, it is supported in the Unicode. If you want to give the smiley, yes, it is supported. If you want to represent the Hindi characters, if you want to represent the Tamil characters, if you want to represent the Telugu characters, what not, everything can be represented in this Unicode. But ASCII doesn't support all this stuff. So it uses 7 bits to represent any character. For example, if you represent the A, this 65 is going to be converted into the binary. So binary, the 65 is going to be converted, and then with the help of that binary, it is going to be reprinted. But ASCII Unicode supports 8-bit, 16-bit, as well as 32-bit depending on the encoding type. Why? Because a smiley can't be reprinted in the 8 bits. So it needs 16-bit or 32-bit depending encoding. So I said that ASCII supports only 128 characters. That means it takes the less space. But Unicode, it is represented for the any type of language in the world's writing system. Either it may be Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, Oriya, or any Tulu, or any Arabic language, any other languages. So this is a Unicode is having the symbols or writing system. So that means it takes a large space. So these are the two links which I will provide you in the description box. So for this one is the link for the ASCII table. This one is for the Unicode table. So I will provide these two links in our description box. Now, what are the different applications of Python? Python supports various applications. What are those various applications does the Python support? So Python is not only related to the one domain, it is supportable for the many domains. Few of them are web and internet development. So Python is useful in development of the web as well as the internet side. So for example, if you want to develop any web application, we can use this Python, one of the framework called Django framework. So this Django framework provides you the most beautiful thing for the development of the web applications. The most and important one website is Instagram. That is a social media platform. Instagram was developed on the basis of this Python Django framework. So what are the uses of this web development? What are the uses of the Python in the web development? Is amazing visualizations can be done, convenience, security purpose, fast development process, scientific and numeric computing. So Python not only supports for the web and application development, it provides you the various ways for the scientific and numerical computings. What does the scientific and numeric computings mean? For example, if you want to go through the minute and smaller concise values, then it is not possible with the normal calculators or normal codings. But the scientific and numeric computing is possible. Or if you want to analyze a huge amount of numbers, then it is not possible with the normal coding. But this Python provides the inbuilt libraries for us to do that one. Next, education. Python was useful in the various education platforms also. Next, desktop GUIs. For example, if you observe that many online platform, when you go for any examination, then they are going to capture your photograph or some other details from you, and they are going to store. If you observe that application, it will be some window-based application which that is going to see have the some icons like buttons, radio buttons, or some big buttons, some text boxes, some read text editors, anything. So all these are the graphical user interface applications of the desktop. So that can be developed with the help of this Python also by using the tkinter. Next is software development. So Python not only helps in the development of the web or scientific and numerical education or the desktop GUIs, but it also provides the software development. That is, what is the main intention of this Python is it can be imparted into the anything easily. Enterprise level or business applications. Why these business applications are moving towards this Python? Because first of all, I said that Python provides you the best security. That's why most of the business people are trying for the Python into their business application. Next, game development. So most of the games which we are using, that is that one Bridge Commander, Caribbean, Battlefield 2, like these things are using the Python libraries. Python provides the different libraries for the 2D and 3D animations. So they have used that one and they are developing the games. Artificial intelligence and machine learning. It's a boom in nowadays generation. Artificial intelligence, many machine learning. These are the hottest subjects in the present situation. So for doing or working with this artificial intelligence and machine learning, the Python is having the huge amount of built-in libraries, already available libraries and tools to work with this AI and machine learning algorithm. What are the algorithm? That is supervised learning in the machine learning, unsupervised learning, or reinforcement learning, anything, or in the terms of the artificial intelligence, games, anything. It provides you the space and it provides you the library for developing the applications. Next, language development. Python supports the language development. That is, if you want to develop any language, that can be easily developed with the help of this Python. Operating systems. Nowadays, some of the small applications are developed on basis of this Python OS also. Not only the operating system, if you consider Linux or Ubuntu or respective Windows, but Python is also entering into the operating systems. Web scraping applications. If anybody asks you to open any website and write or ask you to note down the important points, you have to read the you have to start from the starting onwards and you have to go through each and every line to read the entire web page. But these web scraping applications are going to automate the process of taking down the important things from the website. So these web scraping applications are going to read the content in that web page and going to make the are going to extract the main information from that web page. So what does it provides for us? So a concise syntax that enhances the readability and saves our time. A very number of libraries are there, easy for the usage purpose. Image processing and graphic design applications. Now most of the people are using the Google Photos in their mobile. So whenever you capture a photo in your mobile, then automatically if you are synchronized to the Google Photos, then that is going to categorize your photos into the number of persons. That is, if you touch on that photo, then all the photos where that person is available are going to be placed at the one place. That is nothing but computer vision. So that was supported by the Python. So like this, Python is not only supported for the small things, it is supported for the each and everything, from a normal web application to the huge graphic designing applications. So with this, I am going to end the session. In the next session, we can learn the features of Python. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe our channel LiYO. Thank you.